Kevin Chiles, born September 25th, 1966, in Harlem, New York. Better known as his street name, Let's Go Get It. He grew up in Harlem on the west side, and as a teenager, he earned a reputation as a boss among bosses, and along with a few other hustlers from his hood, he would have direct influence on the music and fashion. This is when the streets and rap started to merge. Kevin Chiles and his crew had a direct influence on that. They was getting some big money. They was always fresh, and they was living a life. He started hustling at 13. His man Pito put him on, an older guy from the neighborhood. He gave him 10 bottles. Each bottle was $10. He told him to give him 80 back and keep 20 for himself. After Chiles realized that he can do up to 100 bottles a day, he started to stash his money. But he also started to try to figure out where he can get some work himself. But it was a chain of command in Harlem back in the days, and people ran blocks. He quickly understood that when he got some work and tried to put it on the east side, which led to a shootout. Pito guided him in the game, showed him the ins and outs, taught him how the crackheads operate and how to look out for the police. Kevin was sharp and always smart in school. He paid attention to Pito and listened to his every word. When Pito died of lung cancer, Kevin Chiles was in position to take over his own block. He got his blessings from his cousins and older brothers. They didn't want nothing to do with the block anymore. They had money, and they sent most of their money to the DR, built all types of houses and shit. So they was good. Kevin had the block to himself, and now it was time for him to step into the spotlight. Another thing that played into his favor was when he assembled his team, he used a lot of his friends and classmates from Highbridge. He had a strong connection with them because he used to visit his aunt on the weekends. So he knew a lot of niggas from Highbridge. So he brought a lot of Bronx niggas to Harlem to get money. It was good because a lot of people didn't know their faces, so they blended in well. A smart move on Kevin's behalf. By his late teens, he was already a millionaire and transformed his operation into distribution as well. So he was handling all the bricks, but he also had a block that was doing packages. Kevin was the man, and he was well respected in Harlem. By his mid-20s, he started investing in a lot of different businesses, but his main investment and his pride and joy was the Boss Imperial, a flagship retail clothing store right next to the Apollo Theater on 125th Street. While the boutique operated as a high visible, legitimate business, Chiles admitted he still kept one foot in the game. He was getting money as well out of the store. Only big time customers could come there and cop maybe 10 bricks or better, some shit like that. But they would come into the store, buy some clothes, and they'll do business from there. He opened up a used car lot dealership as well in Teaneck, New Jersey, right over the bridge. And he had a couple of barbershops, just places he can wash his money. He was trying to go legit. But you know, when you getting that type of money, you don't even gotta worry about the police. Shit. That's the last thing. The first thing is the stick-up kids. There's always a jealous nigga, a hating ass nigga that want what you got, or don't know how to hustle to get what you got, and he just want to take it. It was 1994 when tragedy struck. The kidnapping was orchestrated by a rival street gang. Somebody got the drop where his moms lived at, and I'm guessing they thinking, shit, she gotta have a stash in there. Everybody trusts their moms. Plus, he stopped there a few times when they was surveilling her house. So they waited one day and they ran up in there. But the moms, they didn't even know where the money was at, because he was stashing it and hiding shit from her. You know what I mean? If you got some shit in the house, you ain't gonna tell your moms, your mom got 5 bricks in the house or whatever, some shit like that. So when they came, they end up fucking killing his moms and 2 of her friends. These niggas were savages. They probably got a couple of $1,000, whatever the ladies had between them, and some pocket money that Kevin had laying around. It wasn't no work in the crib, so it was just a failed hit. And these niggas was creeps. They killed 3 ladies. They was trying to get Kevin to come to the house, but he was running around. They kept calling him, blowing him up. He knew something was up at the time after he saw the missed calls, but he didn't think this type of shit happened. That shit was crazy, man. He blamed himself for his mom's losing her life as well as her friends. He had a big funeral for her and paid for her friends' funerals as well. He gave $100K to each of their siblings or whoever was the oldest of kin to the ladies that passed away. He did the right thing, but his conscience was killing him. He just lost his mother due to him lacking, basically. I guess they saw him go to the crib or somebody got him to drop. However the situation may be, his mother lost his life. After that, he decided to completely walk away from the game. He gave the block to his older cousin and told him it was all his. He didn't want a single penny. He truly decided to go legit. He was up about 25 mil at the time, so he took 10 and spread it throughout the city in different businesses. He brought a couple buildings, some luxury cars, and a big house in Teaneck as an investment property. He put all the pieces in play, and he lived off his stash. He was chilling, living a dream. No more looking over his shoulder. He was in the suburbs of Teaneck, New Jersey, one of the richest areas in the tri-state. But they say in the game, there's only 2 ways out: jail or death. In 1996, the FBI, as well as the IRS and New Jersey Task Force, did a sweeping federal indictment charging him with operating and continuing criminal enterprise, the drug kingpin statute, and money laundering. Kevin Chiles didn't know, but after his mom's was murdered, the FBI kept a close tab on him. 3 innocent ladies being killed in cold blood like that didn't sit well with the mayor, and he wanted it to be investigated. All 3 of the fucking clowns was caught, convicted, and they got life in jail. But the FBI stepped in and wanted to know more about Kevin Chiles. So by the time he was ready to settle down and get out the game, they dropped an indictment on him. His cousin and 12 other co-defendants were caught up as well. But he got the kingpin statute for distribution and a money laundering charge because one of his bankers got jammed up and decided to testify on him. He said that he gave him $3 million to cop some property and some shit like that. So he was sitting in MDC sick, but he had close friends that were well off, as well as his connects and other people he was associated with. They were able to get him a high-priced attorney, and Kevin Chiles was ready to go to trial for his life. The first trial ended in a hung jury. Afterwards, they offered him 15 years. His lawyer begged him to take the plea because the feds' conviction rate is like 97 or 98%. They rarely lose. And sitting in MDC, Kevin was aware of that as well. But there was a lot of loopholes in this case. Besides the lawyer saying that he gave him the money to go cop the property, that's all they really had. And he gave it to a third party as well. So it wasn't through him directly. And Kevin never even met the lawyer. After reading the documents and his transcripts, he sent a girl to drop the money off. This guy never saw Kevin or nothing. So it was a couple of loopholes in the case. A couple of guys gave information on him involved in the case. It was 12 co-defendants. I think only 2 did the wrong thing. They was facing life, and they end up taking a trial. Taking a stand on Kevin at his trial. But he had faith in God. He had his wife holding him down, and he had a couple dollars put away, and he felt like he can beat him. So Kevin Chiles decided to take the feds to trial for a second time, something his lawyer advised him not to do. Shit is crazy. I ain't gonna lie. I never heard of no nigga, not even the mafia, besides Gotti and them, and they had it rigged, going to trial a second time after a hung jury. With the feds, a hung jury is damn near a win. But Kevin Chiles said fuck it and went. At his second trial, he ended up with another hung jury. Shit is crazy, bro. 2 hung juries with the feds. Out of control. He said he wanted to go for the third. And if you beat him, if you get another hung jury on the third time around, it would have been, the sentence would have been vacated. He would have beat the trial. But his lawyer and a lot of people, jailhouse lawyers, friends, people that did time said they not gonna let him win. A black African American man beating the feds 3 times is unheard of. Gotti's the only one, and they paid the jury. So Kevin Chiles decided to take a 10-year sentence. It was all drugs, no violence, so he could participate in the drug program as well as the halfway house. So there was light at the end of the tunnel. While in jail, Kevin stayed active, working out and also taking college courses. He studied literature and visual arts. Him and his wife was trying to figure out how he can make some money while he was still away. And they came up with the perfect idea. Don Diva, a magazine that focused on a lot of criminal activity as well as urban stories, and it focused on a lot of stand-up guys. Kevin took his sentence on the chin, and at that time, a lot of rats were being, I guess, glorified. Alpo Martinez had a movie made after him, and he was one of the guys that gave information involving Kevin. So he wanted to make some type of platform that actually commended guys like him that stood tall. I ain't gonna lie, when the Don Diva hit, that shit was crazy. I mean, if you had a relative or a friend, girlfriend, whatever, if a girl was going to see her man, that was a must bring if they were doing time. Because the magazine was enlightful. It gave a lot of good information to help people that was in similar situations, as well as giving you updates on hip-hop, technology, and giving you stories from gangsters and shit. And a lot of people that was living that life, that's what they wanted to read, and that kept their minds occupied while they was being away. It was instant success. That was a great move on his behalf. And after he came home from jail, he wrote an autobiography called The Crack Era. That was also amazing. It's on Amazon. He did a couple of Don Diva videos and stuff like that. And the magazine was successful for years. Technology now, with Instagram, Facebook, and all that stuff, the magazines kind of died down. But in the prison system, they're heavy because that's all you got. Magazines and TV. If you're lucky, a phone. So this is one drug kingpin story that actually turned out all right. I guess in my eyes, he lived a life, did some time and came home and still became the man. Rest in peace to his mother. But Kevin Chiles won in my eyes. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this, man. The whole Kevin Chiles story, the Don Diva situation. Did anybody tap into that or sent it to their family member, or a girl brought it to you if you did some time? Let me know what y'all think about this, man. This is the Kevin Chiles story, B. A drug kingpin that lived a life in the 80s, the crack era. Made it home after a long stretch. Published a book. His wife stayed loyal to him. And he just became successful. Shout out to Kevin Chiles, man, the whole Harlem. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Get in the comments, like, subscribe. I'm out.